Hey guys, it's DC and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome. This is my General Hospital review. Do the right thing, guys. So I just want to get right into it. I won't touch too much into Jocelyn and Sunny because I already touched on that when I did the General Hospital 7522 review. Sunny needs to keep his stepchildren in check. Still kind of shocked about that though, because I will say that I feel like Jocelyn needs to understand that by implicating Sunny, you really could implicate everybody else in your life, including your mom, your sisters, your brother. Like, it just wasn't wise. And I don't know if you guys noticed this. It's like everybody in Port Charles is having an issue with Sunny now. And based off what I remember when I was speaking with Albert a while back ago, and he was just like, he thinks Maurice Bernard is probably going to be on the show for maybe another year, if that. I got a feeling, is this trying to lead the way to a murder mystery, is Sunny being killed off? Because I do feel like if Sunny leaves the show, the best way to do it would be he gets killed off. Like, I feel like that's the one way to explain certain things, because, I mean, Michael going so hard for him, it's just, it's weird. It's almost like Sunny his allies are dwindling. It's like they're not, but they are at the same time. But it feels like his allies are starting to dwindle. I mean, even Miss Wu slowly taking control of Port Charles behind the scenes, with Curtis getting a hold of the Savoy, then trying to get the deception shares. It's like it's the writing is in the details. This is what I noticed in soaps. The writing is in the details and the drama is in the details. When you really pay attention on a soap, when you really seriously pay attention on the soap, every little thing should never go unnoticed. Which brings me to my next point is Cody and Britt. When Cody was sitting down with Dante and talking about, oh yeah, man, I've got this, my back is killing me, yeah, my back hurts, oh my God, yeah, I've got a little bit of a back pain. The moment he said that and I saw how the writers are clearly trying to push him and Britt together, even from the inception when he fell down the pool, I was just like, he's got Huntington's. Oh yeah, he's got Huntington's. And then we said, oh, he's heard Faison's name, yeah, he's got Huntington's. That's it. That's why they're trying to push this so hard, because I'm just like, in real life, it's one thing if you're a teenager and the person says, I don't like you, keep pursuing them, it's cute. But as an adult, it's kind of annoying, right? So if she says she's not interested, you keep going after her. That's considered being called a stalker in 2022. That's not considered, oh, that's in love. That's not considered that. So they're trying really hard to push these two together, and I think that's the reason why. So that's Britt's hunting, like she gets to fall in love with someone since the Jason thing didn't work out. Because to me personally, now that I think about it, since Steve Burton knew he was leaving, but the thing about it is now that, because I now know that soaps are now filmed now 4 weeks in advance instead of 3 months in advance like they used to be. So my guess is they didn't know Steve Burton was leaving until 4 weeks prior or whatever, you know what I mean? Which I guess is good, because it gives them enough time to transform the story if they need to without having to do too many alterations. So I could appreciate that. When it comes to Steve Burton, like when they put him and, well, Jason and Britt together, I was actually digging the storyline. I was digging it. I was really digging the storyline when they thought Sonny was dead and Nixon falls. I was digging it, and then he had to go and be with Carly. There was a lot of missed opportunities there, but I'm not going to go there with that, honestly, at that point. But the drama is in the details, guys. The drama is in the details. Anything that's mentioned on the soap, it's in the details. And there's a theory that I have on Days, which I'm going to talk about that in the Days review. So now you got to stick around and watch the Days review if you didn't already, all right? Got to stick around and watch the Days review about what I think about one of the new people that came out of Days and what my theory is on that. And I think you guys would agree with me. Yeah. All right, anyways, let's move on to Smoltz and Friends. Which I first want to start off, I don't really feel like there was really much to review about GH this week, guys. This is why sometimes I usually just wait 2 weeks or so to do a review. So I have a lot to talk about, but there really wasn't much to talk about. I feel like even for this week especially, I didn't feel there was much to talk. There was the reveal, and all right, let's get into this. That's why it's called the review. Let's get into this. All right, let's talk about Smoltz and Friends. All right, the tableau guy, I don't remember his name, but the one that got beat up by Sonny Dax, he deserves everything he gets, because at this point, like, you can be nothing more than a scumbag. They've already beaten you up. They should, and honestly, Sonny should have just killed him. Sonny really just should have killed him. Honestly, you should have just killed him. And this is the first time I feel I'll ever co-sign. I probably ever co-sign Sonny killing someone on this show. But Sonny should have just killed him, honestly. I mean, at this point, like, and then when Smoltz came in the room, it was like, yeah, I've got an even bigger story. And I'm like, bro, like, you're messing with someone whose husband is the cousin of Sonny Corinthos. Like, is it that important you get the story? Is it that important? You're not like a journalist. You're some sleazy tabloid reporter. So I'm just like, come on, man, really? You deserve everything you get. At this point, I'm okay with Sonny shooting him down. That's what Sonny should have done. Well, Jocelyn came and messed it up. That's why. Idiot that she is. Another thing too I want to talk about in terms of Dax and Sonny. When Michael said to Dax, "Be what Sonny is missing. Be his son," and I was like, oh, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Now I'm not necessarily saying that I think Dax will be Sonny's son, but he has some relation to Mr. Corinthos. You see, that's what I'm saying, guys. Y'all gotta pay attention to the details on the soaps. Y'all can't just be unconsciously watching this show. Y'all gotta pay attention. It's almost like an advertising, little stuff they be doing advertising, the stuff that they be putting out as news. You gotta pay attention. It's in the details. Pay attention to the details. The drama is in the details. I heard somebody say that on a YouTube video this week, and it works perfectly with this video. But the drama really is in the details. The writing, the details is in that writing. I'm telling you, because Dax just came out of nowhere. He's trying so hard for Sonny. He's working under like him, even working like for Sonny, and he's working for Michael. But I feel there's a second twist coming. So when he said to Dax, "Be what Sonny's missing, a son," which Sonny still technically has a son at Dante, Michael. Like, you're not the only one. You're not that special. That's what happens when you be piping people up for years, because they've been piping Michael's head up for years that he was a golden child. Now, this is what you get. That's what you get. But when Michael said that, I was like, oh, he's related to Sonny. Oh, he related to Sonny. When they say stuff like that, y'all gotta think. You gotta think. I want to move on next to Sasha and Brando. I think I'm gonna get this all done in one take, guys. What? One take, what? All right, let's move on to Sasha and Brando. When he said to Sasha, "Oh, maybe you do need to be controlled," and I was like, "Yeah." And I talked about this on the last review. People, well, not the last General Hospital review, but the one before that one, the heroines of Port Charles. People will get tired of your ish. People have a threshold. People have a threshold. I don't care how loving and supportive it is. You know, I've seen this a lot of times in couples, especially in couples where one person has a strong, boisterous, over-the-top personality. The other one is cool, calm, and quiet. And the person who's over the top and boisterous, like, oh, so-and-so so patient, they're so kind. You know, and they'll be saying that for some time. But after a while, that other person will get tired of their ish after some point in time. All right? They'll get tired of your ass eventually. So when he snapped on Sasha, I was like, oh, I already saw this coming. I don't care how patient or nice somebody is. They can get tired of your ish. Don't try it. All right, don't try. Don't try to rock the boat so much. Definitely in a relationship, be okay with speaking your mind. Not necessarily always backpedaling, but also know when to hold them, know when to fold them at the same time. Because you keep pushing somebody, you can push them away. So I mean, that's just something Sasha needs to keep in mind. Next, I'll move on to Ava finding out about Esme and Nicholas. I heard people say they love the performances. I don't know. It didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. But I will say this, though. Obviously, we saw the flashback that Felicia had about Ryan a couple weeks ago, and her wanting to talk about having a child with Mac. And then now Esme trying to figure out who her mother is. It's obvious it's Felicia. Does anybody else see that, or is it just me? Isn't that obvious? And this is my thing. I believe Esme finding out that she's Felicia's daughter, and because I do believe Esme will announce at some point she's pregnant with her little Cas9 baby. Those two things will be her saving grace, right? Probably more so the fact that she has a Cas9 baby more so than being Felicia's daughter, you know? Or maybe the writers will just go with one, which we know for a fact she's Felicia's daughter based on the writing and the stuff they've been saying so far on Canvas, and even Felicia in conversations she's been having with Mac. So maybe they might just go that route and let that route just be her saving grace. But I don't know if that's strong enough, because I feel like Felicia is, she's on Canvas, but she's not really on Canvas like that. Where, I mean, okay, the Cas9s, they don't really deal with Felicia like that, so why would that be a saving grace on their end? I feel like it would be more of a saving grace if she has a Cas9 baby. That's more of a saving grace, personally. And then there's a who's the daddy? Is it Spencer or is it Nicholas? You know what I mean? So I think that would be more of Esme's saving grace, actually. All right, next I want to get into Trina's trial. Let me just say this: Spencer gets no brownie points for me. I'm sorry, you don't get no brownie points for doing what you're supposed to be doing. You get no brownie points for me. And I'm just like, you know, you just met Trina. Is it that serious that you would risk your whole future for her? Like, is it that serious? They're really trying really hard to make Spencer like redeem himself, but it's not working for me. I appreciate it though, but it's not working for me personally. I don't know. This is how I feel about Spencer and Trina. It's really forced. For me, it's very forced. At this point, it's very forced. It's clear that Rory is a better option because Rory didn't put her in those situations in the first place. So you sacrificed your freedom for the girl you love. Oh, how noble. You know, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, is it not necessary? And then even Trina not even coming forth of that, and that could have saved her. You're going to sacrifice your whole future for a guy who at the time at least, you didn't think gave a shizzle about you to save his girlfriend? Come on, sis. Like, come on. You know what I mean? I thought you were smart in that. And even Ava saying to Esme, you're going to confess, or I'm not the only problem I'm going to deal with. Girl, bring it on. If I didn't choose between jail time and seeing what somebody else's threat was going to be, I'd rather see what the threat is. Let's see what the threat is that you got. I don't think I understand about Esme. I just don't. Jail time is what's going to happen. She confesses to that. So that's not exactly the most appealing option. Even if you got another threat behind you, okay? Who says she's not gonna have a threat in prison, get beat up? Come on, you know what I mean? Like, it's just common sense for me when I watch this show sometimes. But guys, I think that's my general hospital review. Do the right thing. That's it. Damn, that is short. I feel like I pretty much covered everything this week. If I didn't cover it, it wasn't relevant. I'm telling you. At least I didn't find it relevant. But anyways, guys, that's my review for this week, guys. Guys, I was going to try to pump out 8 reviews. General Hospital, Scheme Song, EastEnders, Young the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, Days, Hollyoaks, EastEnders, all that stuff. It would have been too much. It would have been too much. Because the thing about it is when I do this, and I'm going to talk about this real quick, guys, in this video, is normally I have my video topics and the thumbnails and the idea of what is going to be the gist of what I'm talking about by Wednesday. If that's not there by Wednesday, it ain't happening. So I think I got overambitious in the last review. I got a little overambitious. I need to quiet sometimes and see how the week plays out. So for this week, I'm only doing General Hospital, Days, and Hollyoaks. I didn't get a chance to watch Scheme Songs Friday's episode. I'm only on Tuesday's episode of Young the Restless. Bold and the Beautiful, I haven't even started watching it Monday. So like, I'm not even trying to rush this out one weekend because my videos, they do take a long time. I have to do editing and all the other stuff, so it's a lot going on. I do want to add though, I just did the recent live with JLJ Media and Albert Bostic. That was so much fun. I'm glad I got the chance to do it. Got to talk about the soaps. I'm going to post a link for that below in the comment section. Check that out. I'm also going to post a link as well, which I'm going to try to add a thumbnail to that also at the end of this video for the skit I just did, the lives we lead. And I definitely think you guys should check that out. It's got a lot of bad acting and a lot of cheesiness in it, so check it out. You know, I love to have soaps. I love to parody. And obviously, if you watch this skit, you'll see which soap inspired that whole thing. But I like to have fun. Why not? It's my channel. I want to have fun with it. But the live with JL, Jimmy, and Albert was amazing. We got to talk about stuff with the soaps. Whether or not soaps will still be on like 10 years from now, which honestly, as I said on that live, the fact that they canceled Guideline, which was an institution in television, anybody can get it. The only thing saving the Young of the Rest right now is international money. They're bringing in money. And that's the thing with soaps. You got to bring in the money. If you don't bring in the money, there's no point. And that's the thing that's saving Young the Restless and B&B, is that international money. And they were smart to tailor their show towards that, because honestly, Young the Restless got the worst writing out of all the shows. In my opinion, it's got the worst writing. It's got the worst writing. But that international money is what's saving them. Because I've learned that in show business. And it may not always be what actually works or what's talented, what's great. It's what's making the money. And that's why I don't think Taraya is going to get a storyline. I don't think they're going to get a storyline, because even though I watch international shows, I'm watching Scheme, so I'm watching EastEnders, I'm watching Hollyoaks, and they have a lot of representation, a lot of things, I just feel like that might not market to a lot of their audiences, which I think they're broadcasting like 20 plus countries, Young Restless and B&B. Days is in some, but they have a monopoly on that. And that could alienate some of their audiences, because some of the countries have more conservative views about stuff like that. I'm being honest. So that's why I think there's certain storylines they're not attempting on there. That's why I think so. That's my theory on that, right? If we're talking about that, which I don't watch soaps for representation. I mentioned that last video. I only watch the foreign soaps because I get more of that with them. But that's why I think that's the case with Y&R. They're not going to jeopardize their international money, because that's what's keeping their show afloat. to still be on to this day. And I can't say I blame them. Honestly, ABC Daytime, that was something they never did. They never marketed their shows internationally, and I think that was a big, huge part of their downfall. I know All My Children was broadcasted in France one point in time and probably some other countries, but other than that, they never really did that. And SoapNet gave them that extra way of being broadcasted on another platform, but the rest of them didn't. Which is part of their downfall. The soap has to make money, and that's why Carvelotti is smart for putting Days and Beyond Salem. So when they're charging a premium for Beyond Salem, I get why they're doing that. They got to bring in money. Can't have no love in the afternoon, you know what I'm saying, without the money. Can't have no romance without finance. Anyways, guys, that is my General Hospital review. Do the right thing, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.